The following program is a Greenlight Maine production being brought to you in part by Bangor Savings Bank.
It's the way life should be. Greenlight Maine, building Maine's economy. Greenlight Maine, start here, scale here, stay here. It's your Maine and mine, building Maine's economy, one dream at a time. It's the way life should be. Greenlight Maine.
Welcome to the Greenlight Maine College Edition. We have a great show as we round out our series. The students are creative, and you might be thinking, why didn't I think of that? It has been that way this season, and our judges have been faced with thoughtful decisions as they help promote Maine's economy. And we're going to talk to them now. Thank you so much for being with us. Martha Johnston from the Finance Authority of Maine. Let's get some impressions about what you've seen so far.
Well, first of all, thank you. This has been a fabulous experience, and I'll say I feel so optimistic. There are so many young entrepreneurs, but more than that, young leaders. And I think that says a lot for the state of Maine and what we have to look forward to.
It sure does. How about you, Jamie Dowdy from Bangor Savings Bank?
Yeah, similarly, I've just been so impressed with not only the energy and the enthusiasm and the hard work, but just the diversity of thought, the incorporation of all the technologies that are that we're hearing about and reading about. They're actually grasping them and incorporating them into their solutions.
Very innovative. And how about you, Kay Karina from the Maine Department of Economic and Community Development?
This has been an incredible experience, and everybody who we've had the chance to meet overall has been phenomenal. One thing that I'm seeing is that success is everywhere, and it looks so different, and it's so innovative, and all of it is right here in Maine, and just pure raw talent that is here is incredible, and we are so proud of each and every young person.
Perfect. All right. Well, let's get to it. We'll talk to you in a few minutes. Our first pitch comes from Colby College. We have Sador Nadarov with Cadence AI. Whenever you're ready, look right at the judges and have fun.
Hi. Let me start with a brief question. Have you ever been in a situation when you needed to call a company to schedule your appointment or ask a question, but instead of talking to a customer representative, you had to go through their whole language options, choose the type of question you want to ask, and even then had to wait like half an hour just to talk to somebody? Well, if you are frustrated, you are not alone, because as we found out, 1 in 3 customers feel very frustrated by having to wait on hold. And over 90% of customers report that it's very important for them to have an immediate response when they are calling some company. Well, at Cadence AI, we think that this is totally unacceptable in 2024 with all of the AI technologies that we currently have. At Cadence AI, we have developed breakthrough innovations that allow us to develop AI agents that can provide immediate, 24/7 reliable, high accuracy responses to the questions of your customers. We provide that via text messages, messages on your website, emails, social media comments, and even phone calls. Just imagine calling a company, and instead of a real person, an AI picks up the phone and starts conversing with you like it's a real human. Our target audience is actually any company of any size, whether it's a small barbershop, medium-sized dental office, or a huge corporation that wants to improve their customer support office. We provide 24/7 customer support for their businesses in over 100 languages, meaning they can scale globally without having to worry about language requirements. We also help reduce call abandonment rates by having the shortest waiting times of only 2 seconds. So when your customer calls, it only takes 2 seconds for an AI to pick up the phone. So how do companies start with our AI agents? There's absolutely no need to program or create knowledge maps. They can just upload the documents or give us the website link, and our AI agents will intelligently parse their website and get training from the get-go. Now let me show you the real demonstration of what we already have at Colby College. It's an AI chatbot that uses real-life human voice to answer students' questions. So just picking up the phone, I can just call the number, whatever number.
Hello, this is Colby Chat AI. How may I help you?
Hey, can you give us the phone number of the security, please?
Sure thing. The security office phone number is 207-859-5530. If you need anything else, just let me know.
It's all. Thank you so much. We are planning to expand our operations all over Maine, the United States, and globally. And we are so proud to start at Colby College and Maine specifically.
Great job, fascinating and innovative. So I know you're going to do so well. All right, Martha, kick us off.
Okay, so my question has to do with, you mentioned the chatbot, so I thought that was really fascinating. I'm wondering if there's intellectual property here and where it is exactly when I think of, interactive voice response systems, chatbots. What's in your product that is intellectual property?
We are actually using the pipeline called Retrieval Augmented Generation, and it's actually, since we're using the proprietary technologies like OpenAI's ChatGPT, vector databases, it's the orchestration of these tools that is the intellectual property that we have.
Great, thank you.
Jamie.
Yeah, how are you in terms of the data that is required to go ahead and support this? Is that in a cloud service, or where are you doing it today?
So we are using what is called vector databases, in which case it uses embeddings and vectors instead of just data points. It allows us to intelligently scan the whole base and find the data entries that are more relevant to the question. So it's all cloud-based.
Okay. And do you have a follow-up question?
Sure.
How are you validating the content that is being generated through the interactions?
That's a really great question, because generative AI models have a huge drawback of hallucinating sometimes. Our accuracy is right now 99% because we are using the latest GPT-4 Turbo model, which minimizes the hallucinations. And we are also using the advanced RAG methods that sort of do self-training on the outputs. This way we can minimize the hallucinations in the outcomes of the chatbot.
Interesting. Kay.
Incredible. I have a question around how will you roll this out on the Colby campus? So are you seeing this happening in like a freshman interest group, young people learning about it then, or are you seeing it as a slow trickle into maybe 1 or 2 departments and seeing how that works for them?
Thank you for the question. Since I'm a sophomore, I found that at Colby, we don't really have like a centralized source of information. So when students need support or help, it's really hard to navigate all the departments and offices. And website can be sometimes quite hard to navigate. So I thought, what if we could create an AI chatbot that would be a central point of support for all of the students, especially for incoming students who might find it hard to navigate all of the resources available at Colby College.
Excellent job. That was very educational. I'm sure our viewers at home just are loving this. So good luck to you.
Thank you so much.
All right, we have to take a short break and hear from our sponsors, but we'll be right back.
At Bangor Savings Bank, we understand that to deliver the best banking experience possible, meeting people where they are matters. That's how we fulfill our fundamental promise that you matter more. We are more than just a bank. We are friends, neighbors, and tireless advocates for the communities we serve. Wherever our customers are in their financial journey, we are there with them every step of the way.
Right into the lens, okay. Famous brands, rugged quality, and the best values anywhere.
This is where you start your future, where you find the skills you need to succeed and the support to help you on the way, where you will find the power of innovation and creativity and the challenges to help you grow. Find a beautiful environment and a community that inspires, where you can turn your passion into your profession. This is where you start your life. This is where you belong. Thomas College.
Whether you're a small business or a big business, whether you're cutting edge or looking at a traditional industry in a whole new way, whether you're on the coast, in the city, a small town, wherever. If you're an organization here in Maine, if you want to innovate, and if you want to grow, we want to support you. We're the Maine Technology Institute.
Welcome back to the Greenlight Maine College series. We have another Rockstar Colby student. The company is called Good Balance. And welcome Jack Richard whenever you're ready.
I appreciate it. Well, I'm Jack. I'm the CEO and founder of a streetwear business called Good Balance. To date, I've begun to build a community who haven't just fallen in love with my products, but the ethos and mission of staying balanced, which is how I use fashion as a vehicle for a movement that promotes open-mindedness, individuality, and versatility. With Maine's diversity on the rise and AI taking over a lot of human jobs, there's no better time to build a community than now. I'm here today seeking guidance and funding in streamlining manufacturing by bringing it to Maine. This will do two things. One, it will create jobs to balance out the increased cost of living, and two, it'll make manufacturing local so we can ensure sustainability. Because let's get back to the world what we take from it. But let's take a step back. What's one thing in this world we can all agree upon that we want? I've heard things like we want to make money and we want to help people, which is great. But 4 months ago, my critical theory professor asked the class, how many of you can genuinely say you're happy right now? My hand shot up. I was the only person in the class. We all want to be happy. Some of us just don't know how to do so. To be happy, we need peace, equity, and balance. To get there, we need to come together, acknowledge our differences, but not generalize based on it. It all starts with genuine connection and fostering the passion to create, because there's nothing more meaningful than something we create together. See, a lot of streetwear brands, they build this community through SMS lists, email lists, to sell product and make money. That's fantastic. My whole goal is community. I want to be a nonprofit one day. So I use these products to get out my mission, to build this community. I've entered into the streetwear industry through headwear that accommodates all head sizes, hair textures, and styles. I've begun to use satin lining in products to accommodate all hair textures and head sizes. I've also used rhinestones in products to unify the bedazzling community with that of streetwear. I've created everything from ski masks to cowboy hats, fitted hats, visors, all that. Because one product doesn't fit all. I've also begun recent development on something called the Good Clip. Very early stages, but it allows you to attach it to any non-adjustable hat and clip it to your belt loop. Because my dad always told me, no hats at the dinner table. I didn't want to put it on my lap, the ground, the table. The Good Clip, you can just put it on your belt loop and slide it off to the side. To grow my community, I've expanded my products into clothing and accessories. But my main focus is community building through endeavors such as planning a podcast, collaborating with local youth programs. But the biggest thing on my plate right now is I'm planning a fashion show that serves as a creative incubator at Colby College. I want to collaborate with people that are in line with this mission of staying balanced. People involved in design, mental health, meditation, fitness. If I can reach all these niches and bring them together, we're breaking down binaries, we're breaking down boundaries. We're working towards unity, happiness, peace, and balance. I produce products at scale with high margins, but I'm doing it overseas. I want to do it in Maine. I want to form a community, Saco, Waterville, Portland, Bangor, create a work environment. I want to bring equity to the streetwear industry because individually we may wobble, but together we have a good balance.
Excellent job. I love your mission. These are all beautiful. So
appreciate you.
I can't wait to hear more about this with our questions. Martha.
I don't even know where to start. That was wonderful. I'd really love to know that if the end goal is to build community, what will be next for that community? What do you see it doing together?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it's all about balance. Like I spent the last 6 months in last semester building philosophy around balance. How can we, incorporate people of all different backgrounds and educate them about the importance of balance? Because there's binaries in this world where it's like this versus that. I'm trying to break that down. So I have plans to create curriculum, collaborate with local youth programs, like I said, and that's where the balance is going to go. And once I set that structure in one place, then it's copy paste in another region, adapt to the demographics of that area.
Great, thank you.
Jamie.
Jack, you've educated me a lot in a very short period of time, so kudos to you. I'm very supportive of your mission. I'm curious in terms of your next steps, in terms of, let's say you're fortunate enough to get the Greenlight funding. What would you do with it?
Yeah, so right now, I'm in the early stages of a startup, so it would go into product. So product is, the spreading the mission, exponential growth, and then you're wearing something that means something to you. Now you have access to these resources, the podcast, I plan to create curriculum. So the money will go to that, but eventually, I want to work in these flex spaces throughout Maine and create things such as manufacturing and also storefronts. So that's more down the line though.
Thank you.
Of course, thank you.
Okay.
All right, incredible. Love this. Jack, I want to know a little bit about how you're operating as a team. I'm assuming of one. How are you going to bring more people into this for you to help scale it?
Yeah, it is a team of one. And it's been, from scratch. I've reinvented the wheel. I could have taken, I feel like it means more when you start from the beginning. I base my incorporating a team and asking people to join my team based on passion. I think passion is the most important thing because that's authenticity. So I'm searching every day for more people. I have a team for the fashion show. It's a group of us 4, and we're some passionate individuals. And so, eventually, maybe after we graduate, that becomes my team. But, just making connections every day, talking to everybody, saying hi to that person that's looking down at their phone on the street. Maybe that could be the next graphic designer.
So for our folks at home, how can they buy your products?
Yeah, so it's good_BALNCE on Instagram. I have a website, goodbalance.com, same spelling. I also love doing custom work because it's all about individuality, It's a fitted hat, you find your size, we can make something really cool together.
And price, are they all different or roughly?
Yeah, so it depends. So I range from anywhere from, the input cost for these is $30, but I'm gonna manufacture my own so I can sell them at lower prices, but anywhere from $85 to $110 for this. But that's for custom work, but I'll have some manufactured bulk stuff soon.
Fantastic job, well done. We wish you nothing but success, and we can't wait to see what you do with this. All right, we need to take a short break and hear from our sponsors, but when we come back, our judges are going to deliberate, so we'll be right back. Don't go away. Come on over.
With so many Medicare options, it can be confusing. At Martin's Point, we make your Medicare choices easy. Our all-in-one Medicare plans cover doctor's visits, hospital stays, and prescription drugs, dental, vision, and eyewear, fitness and wellness reimbursements, with premiums and copays as low as $0. As one of the highest-rated Medicare Advantage plans in New England, you can feel confident you're covered. Call or visit us online today to request your free Medicare Made Simple guide.
At Bangor Savings Bank, we understand that to deliver the best banking experience possible, meeting people where they are matters. That's how we fulfill our fundamental promise that you matter more. We are more than just a bank. We are friends, neighbors, and tireless advocates for the communities we serve. Wherever our customers are in their financial journey, we are there with them every step of the way.
I am truly awestruck by the innovation that exists.
Fame has fundamentally been a part of keeping the business community here resilient and robust.
Our role is to help.
Coming in. To have people in your corner that will guide you through the whole process is really helpful.
When they say, hey, we believe in this, it's a real boost to confidence.
Fame works for Maine, helping businesses and lenders create a bright economic future.
It's about helping Maine grow.
Whether it's online or in person, the most important component of social engagement is showing people that you care about them. Don't just talk about yourself. Listening matters a lot. I often think of the famous quote from the late Maya Angelou. People will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel. Listen to others. Get to know people and they may like you, and if they like you, they may even trust you, and that's the goal in business. But they can't like you if they don't know you, and they can't trust you if they don't like you first. You become trustworthy by following through on your promises. You stay relevant by staying top of mind, and that means being out there as a social connector. Strengthening your network will help boost your professional success.
Welcome back. Our judges have a lot to talk about as they take a deep dive into these two amazing companies. Let's start with Cadence AI, only because he pitched first. That is a lot to wrap yourself around.
I know. So again, an amazing, incredible, innovative idea. I think what was really fascinating is this company is nearly up and running, definitely running in a prototype, ready to be scaled, if you will, in a smaller setting, but up and running soon. So I think there's a lot going on there. That's very exciting.
Yeah, he showed a sample of calling Colby College, and that was amazing.
Right.
I mean, so that was proofs in the pudding, right, Jamie?
It sure is. I mean, both are just so impressive and innovative in their own particular way. I think with Sador and Cadence AI, I'd like to learn a little bit more about the cloud servicing, I think, because he mentioned it is in the cloud, the data validation, but also then how does he plan to extend the business? So I know there's lots of colleges, but I can see lots of different industries that would, like, say, for healthcare, for example, could be a huge one for him. So I'd like to learn more about that.
So many distribution channels. I mean, that he sort of just has to find one to start and then
Correct.
build from there,
Yeah.
right? Okay, Kay.
Yeah, this is incredible. I'm always so impressed by the ways that AI is being integrated into so many things. And for this in particular, I think this would reduce the friction for so many young people scheduling some of their own appointments, trying to be self-sufficient and self-advocate for themselves of what they need for resources. And I think this will actually end up helping businesses to lean their processes so that it's easy to get to the information, so that when they are using a tool like this, the information has been validated and we know that we're getting from point A to point B a lot quicker. I'd love to be able to see how this scales from, from Colby into other avenues, maybe in the Waterville area, and what that means. A really, really great asset, though.
Absolutely. Okay, good balance. Jack Richard.
Again, repeating myself, but this entrepreneur also has something that's up and running, right? So very similar to Sador. So I think what struck me obviously was the purpose, the passion, the mission. So I keep thinking to myself, okay, community building in and of itself can be a goal, but what's the next step after that? So again, something that's already up and running with a vision to something really good.
Mm-hmm. Excellent mission. He's all about building community. I mean, it's very inspirational, and our future looks bright.
Yeah, I mean, what's not to like here? I mean, not only, well, Jack himself, but then, the good balance and its mission. I wrote down the words acceptance, equity, and balance. I mean, one question for him, though, is because he can go in so many different directions and the manufacturing piece of it. So I know he wants to bring it from offshore to the U.S. It's a challenge from a cost standpoint, so I'd like to have him understand that a bit more and learn about it myself. So, but very impressed.
Nice. Okay.
An incredible endeavor. I really appreciate the centering around creating community, because of course you can have a product, which he does, and it's already up and running, but really honing in and creating that community that surrounds the product and letting that grow, and really, as he mentioned, breaking down those boundaries of what holds us from connecting to somebody else, I think is incredible. I'd love to know a little bit more about how he is going to hone in on what he wants to do first, but then what is the community aspect that's attached to that? How are they interacting? How are they getting the word out? How are they spreading what is truly this joy and passion of bringing people together? I'd love to know a little more about that.
Excellent. Well, I just want to thank you all, because you have served as not really judges, but great mentors of, I'm hearing what you're saying off camera. You're willing to help them. You're willing to connect them. And it's really, more than we have ever could imagine for this program. So thank you all very much for being here throughout our college series. All right, so we're going to give you a chance to talk a little bit more before we have a decision. And we're going to take a short break and hear from our sponsors, but when we come back, we'll have our round winner, so don't go away. We'll be right back.
Albin, Randall, and Bennett, committed to providing accounting solutions to Greenlight Maine startups. Working with businesses and organizations that operate locally and nationally. ARBCPA.com.
At Bangor Savings Bank, we understand that to deliver the best banking experience possible, meeting people where they are matters. That's how we fulfill our fundamental promise that you matter more. We are more than just a bank. We are friends, neighbors, and tireless advocates for the communities we serve. Wherever our customers are in their financial journey, we are there with them every step of the way.
Whether you're a small business or a big business, whether you're cutting edge or looking at a traditional industry in a whole new way, whether you're on the coast, in the city, a small town, wherever. If you're an organization here in Maine, if you want to innovate, and if you want to grow, we want to support you. We're the Maine Technology Institute.
This is where you start your future, where you find the skills you need to succeed and the support to help you on the way, where you will find the power of innovation and creativity and the challenges to help you grow. Find a beautiful environment and a community that inspires, where you can turn your passion into your profession. This is where you start your life. This is where you belong. Thomas College.
Welcome back to the Greenlight Maine College Edition. You just watched Cadence AI and Good Balance, and it's time to find out who the round winner is. Okay, judges, here we go. I'm going to count you down. 3, 2, 1. And that means Good Balance gets the green light and will advance in the competition. Well, that's all the time that we have for today. We appreciate your comments, so please keep them coming, and you can see all of our episodes on greenlightmaine.com. We also want to thank Thomas College for organizing the entire series. We'll be back next week with the start of our original Greenlight Maine. We hope you join us then. And until then, have a successful week. Congratulations. Great job.
Greenlight Maine would like to thank our premier partner, Bangor Savings Bank, our corporate partners, and our sponsors. Thank you.